Hello there, boxing fans around the world. Thank you for joining me once again here on Talk and Fight for another episode of Boxing News Today, courtesy of our friends across the pond at boxing247.com. Going to start you off with a little story that I found rather interesting, courtesy of gambling.com, where they have found out who are, according to their research, the 10 most hated and the 10 most loved boxers on the internet today. And this is based on research compiled from both Reddit and Twitter. So, as you all know, it's been a fantastic year of boxing so far, and we've got a great fight upcoming with Joshua and Usyk going toe-to-toe. And it would have been an even probably better August to see Jake Paul get knocked out. But anyway, so boxing fans have plenty to talk about over the coming month. However, all this talking is rarely fully positive. Thus comes the solution, according to data and analytics. While there will always be fan favorites in the ring, a lot of fighters revel in being the bad guy that everybody wants to see get knocked out. Certainly, Jake Paul has been playing up to this role quite well recently. And with this in mind, have you ever wondered which fighters are the most loved and hated by fans on the internet? Well, thanks to new research from gambling.com, as I said, they have been revealed. By utilizing the social listening tool Linkfluence, they acquire the online sentiment data from Reddit and Twitter surrounding every current boxer over the past year and rank them based on their positive and negative sentiment to discover the internet's most loved and hated boxers. Let's start off with their list of the 10 most loved boxers, and this is based on a balance between, shall we say, positive sentiments and negative sentiments. So, if you're talking about positive sentiment, guess who is number one? Tyson Fury. I'll read off the top 10 most loved boxers. Number one, Tyson Fury, knocked my socks off. But this is based on sentiments expressed by fans online on Reddit and Twitter that are considered positive. Tyson Fury, number one. Shakur Stevenson, number two. Canelo Alvarez, number three. Jermell Charlo, number four. Anthony Joshua, number five. Emmanuel Navarrete, number six. Ray Vargas, number seven. Deontay Wilder, number eight. Roman Gonzalez, number nine. And Stephen Fulton Jr. comes in at number 10. Wow. Quite surprising. Now, what's even more surprising, shall we say, are the top 10 most hated boxers, according to these fellows at gambling.com. And again, based on a balance of positive and negative sentiments. So in this case, we're looking at the negative sentiments expressed on both Reddit and Twitter. And I have to imagine these would be into the millions. But anyway, the number one, according to gambling.com, most hated boxer, Leo Santa Cruz. I can't explain it. Number two, I can't explain it. Josh Taylor. Number three, I can't explain it. Deontay Wilder. Number four, equally as confusing, Vasyl Lomachenko. Number five, Anthony Joshua. Do these names sound familiar? Number six, Canelo Alvarez. Number seven, his brother, Jermall Charlo. Number eight, Juan Estrada. Number nine, Teofimo Lopez. That is surprising. Number 10, even more surprising, Kazuto Ioka. So there you go. But here's the kicker. Here's the last paragraph that knocked my socks off in a most pleasant way. If you consider Jake Paul a boxer, his ranking puts him. let me just quote this. Okay. According to the results, it appears the internet has far more negative things to say about Jake Paul than KSI, with 32% of posts online about him being negative compared to just 18% for KSI. This figure would also place him, Jake Paul, as the most hated boxer on the internet, because our friend Leo Santa Cruz only scored 31%. So there you go. Jake Paul, the most hated boxer on the internet, if you consider him a boxer. Well, he is a boxer. I would like to see him get knocked out by Seen Rockbound, but that was not going to happen. Anyway, let's move along to a fight upcoming in Bridgewater, Massachusetts. Former New England welterweight champion Mike Badman Ohan Jr., 15-1, 9 knockouts. Now campaigning as a junior welterweight, headlines this Saturday night's The Last Chapter, presented by Granite Chin Promotions at the Bridgewater Veterans Club in Bridgewater, Massachusetts. Fighting out of nearby Holbrook, Massachusetts, Ohan takes on Argentinian Jonathan Yoni Ariel Sosa in a 6-round main event, which has future career implications for the fast-rising Ohan. The popular Ohan has a new team, head trainer Matt Ryan, assistants Mark DeLuca and Mike Ferragamo, and they're heading to a higher-level platform in the not-too-distant future. Ohan explains this. I figured I needed a change. I'm working with a bunch of pros who I'm learning new things from. I've been with them around 10 months now. My last fight was our first working together. I'm very happy with the change because I'm learning so much. Ohan and his promoter, Granite Chin Promotions, are on the same wavelength in terms of Ohan ascending to a higher level platform and more significant fights. We are looking at bigger fights and better opponents, Ohan concluded. I'm in shape and ready for the next step. So good for him. Also on this fight, this fight card, by the way, we have Julian Black Dragon Baptiste out of Woburn, Massachusetts, going up against Swansea's Anthony the Gentle Savage Andriozzi. They'll battle in an 8-round co-featured event for the vacant Massachusetts Cruiserweight title. 2 converted mixed martial arts fighters, Rafael Torres out of Framingham, Massachusetts, and Paul Rivers, Jonathan Gruber, are matched up in a 6-round bout for the vacant Massachusetts Cruiserweight Championship. New Bedford, Massachusetts light heavyweight prospect Edat Makapanam, who's 7-0, by the way, with 6 knockouts, the 2018 New England Golden Gloves runner-up, fights veteran Texan Larry Slow-Mo Smith with a whopping 13-50-2 record, and that's going to be a 6-rounder. Promising Brockton, Massachusetts welterweight David the Blessed One Ribeiro meets Rhode Island's Alfred Keenan Raymond in a 4-round match. Also scheduled in another 4-rounder is Methuen, Massachusetts junior middleweight Luke Iannicelli, who goes up against Rynell Griffin. Brockton's pro debut in junior middleweight Kurt Wilmart is going up against Rodrigo de Rocha. So tickets are available, and you can purchase them at Granite Chin Promotions, ticketleap.com or ticketriver.com. Good stuff coming out of Massachusetts as always. Let's move on to a quick little story about heavyweight Cassius Chaney, an American fighter who would love to retire with enough money one day to secure a comfortable future for himself and his family. Money, however, isn't the only motivating factor whenever the hulking 6'6" slugger from New London, Connecticut steps through the ropes. As the newest acquisition to the CES boxing roster, Chaney still dreams of making it to the top of the mountain in professional boxing, and he's awfully close at 21-1 with 14 knockouts. The 35-year-old Chaney finds himself ranked among the top 15 heavyweights in the United States, right on the precipice of a major opportunity before the end of 2022. With a new team in his corner, Chaney is confident the best is yet to come, and the new journey, perhaps the second half of his career, if you will, begins Saturday, August 20th, when he headlines CES Summer Heat event at Mohegan Sun Arena in a 10-rounder against Troy, New York veteran Sean Miller. Good stuff. Let's see if there's any more news about that particular bout. But it's a great article on Chaney himself, and I invite you to go to boxing247.com to read more. By the way, that August 20th event also features a special book signing by Hall of Fame promoter and author J. Russell Peltz, who we featured recently on Talkin Fight, who was selling and signing copies of his published memoir, $30 and a Cut Eye, which was, by the way, named the 2021 Book of the Year by the West Coast Boxing Hall of Fame. Congratulations to Mr. Peltz on a great career and a fantastic book, by the way. Finally, let's take a look at a fellow by the name of Daiyaan Butt, who's fighting out of Philadelphia, and he'll be competing in a 6-rounder as a super lightweight at the Parx Casino on September 1st. That's a Thursday night. Butt has experienced a lot of success at Parx Casino as he's gotten his hand raised every time. His last fight was razor thin decision, but a loss against a tough opponent in Bryce Mills, where Butt, his team, and some observers thought he won the fight on February 24th at Live Casino Hotel in South Philly. And here is a quick little quote out of boxing247.com. Answering the question, if you have one message for the fans, what would it be? He said, I appreciate all the love and support from everyone who comes out to fights. Not everything is going to go your way, but my job is to make sure I go out and put on a great performance fight to the best of my ability and put on a show for everybody who comes out to watch and show support. Absolutely. It's all about the fans after all, and the effort that the boxers all make towards a great night of entertainment and sports excellence. Also on that card, by the way, veteran heavyweight fighter Joey Dawiko is going up against, sorry about that. Yes, he steps through the ropes. Nate Rounder against Mike Marshall out of Danbury. We featured Mike before, who, by the way, has been a sparring partner for former WBO, WBA, IBF heavyweight champ Anthony Joshua. In a 4-round middleweight bout, Soshan Albarov out of Philly as well takes on Brendan O'Callaghan, also from Philadelphia. Bryce Mills, as I said, out of Liverpool. New York will be competing against Larry Friars out of Yonkers, New York, in a super lightweight bout. And highlighted in separate bouts on Johan Promotions Labor Day weekend fight card, 2014 Pennsylvania Golden Gloves champ Carl Wiley out of Coatesville, Pennsylvania, will be returning to the ring in a 4-round lightweight contest. Juan De Villa out of Philadelphia will be competing in a 4-round super lightweight bout as well. So there you go, some news out of Philadelphia, one of the great cities that continues to support boxing. And that concludes our episode. I thank you very much for joining us today on Talk Fight. Invite you to like, share, subscribe our channel, and hit that notification bell. I'll see you at 4 o'clock for Knuckle Up with Mike War at 4, and Cedric Van, who'll be in the den as well. See you later.